KLA India has been in operation since for close to 15 years now. Right? We have employed over 750 engineers in India. Primarily, we are located in Chennai. We have three different locations in Chennai, one of which is a research lab based in the IIT Madras Research Park. And we are an equal opportunity hirer, and we, especially in this post-COVID world, are also looking at a hybrid work environment where we are embracing the fact that being physically available in the office at all days is not mandatory to be most efficient from work. So KLA India is really a microcosm of KLA at large. So KLA India truly has a representation of literally every product team that's present in KLA worldwide. Right? I dare say that a majority of the software that's developed for most of our tools is developed out of India, and we have most of the functions also represented. So there's a lot of cross collaboration between teams that happen in India. We strongly encourage people to work with each other and challenge each other at all times. There are several platforms that we make available for our engineers to collaborate with each other, whether it be physically in the office, virtual events, etc., etc. We also have a conference that we hold every 18 months where not just KLA employees, but industry experts across the country and the world actually come together to talk about the latest challenges in technology that we work in. In addition, that's mostly internal collaboration I was talking about. But in addition to this, we have several active research engagements that we have with several IITs in India and IISc, right? As part of both my advanced computing lab that I'm talking about and as part of KLA India at large, we have active collaborations with professors at IIT Hyderabad, IIT Madras, IISc, with whom we actively engage for R&D. And we encourage and we have active participation in several conferences worldwide from our employees. Right? And I can't say we are as big a publishing house as some of the larger companies you've seen, but that's because our industry tends to be fairly secretive. And that's something that we are actively working on, also collaborating for. We have a lot of patents that we publish, and as a consequence, we end up collaborating a lot across the world. KLA really is a deep technology company, is the only way I can describe it. If you ask what technology we use on a day-to-day basis, it spans everything from optics to mechanics to robotics to algorithms to chemistry to everything across the world. Right? It really is I wouldn't call it even a microcosm. It's a macrocosm of literally every single engineering department that you can think of, and we have people from all engineering departments come together and work in KLA. For my journey, I've been at KLA for the last 15 odd months. And I've been working in the semiconductor industry for close to 15 years, right? But the span of problems that I see that you find in KLA is really hard to find outside because we really work across the board, and it's not every day that you find a company that works across the board in this deeper technology, right? And a few other things that we provide is we are one of the rare companies that really invest double-digit percentage of our annual revenue back into R&D. If you look at typical product companies, they're typically in the single digits and that's dwindling. Right? KLA continues to invest very heavily in R&D because we believe that's really the differentiator when it comes to our technology. Right? Our core R&D provides us the technology that enables us to innovate at the pace that we do. I'm not saying that others don't innovate, but I think that our innovation is a lot cooler. That's the best place to go. So really nice things about the KLA support system has been that in all these worlds, the support system has been tremendous, right? Of course, pre-COVID, we have a very good facility, both across facilities in Chennai. Pre-COVID, we were really only one facility, and post-COVID, we have 3 facilities. That kind of signals the growth that we have had, and that facility has a lot of collaborative technical work and non-technical work as well. Right? Really feels like a very close-knit family. Some of our events, we joke that it feels like a family event, right? There's really a close-knit family that's working together. Through COVID, especially, I think the company really came together and supported, hard times. We had, of course, employees who went through really, really hard times, but enabling employees to really work comfortably from home, providing them with the right support, the infrastructure. And, as the company learned, the company was willing to experiment, listen to employees, change the way that we were working. And that really reflected in how productive we were through COVID and the fact that we actually grew through COVID, right? We really I think in terms of annual revenue, pre-COVID and now, if you look at KLA, we've grown by 50%. And that has been because we've been continuing to innovate through COVID, and that's only possible because of support that we got back from KLA. Now, as we start coming back to office, which we've been doing now for a while, KLA has been, KLA India, for example, has been coming back to office from beginning of August for about 3 days of the week. People have been coming back to office. We're embracing the fact that, it's a new world that we're waking up. It's not the old world anymore. And management is very supportive of the fact that in this new world, we have learned a lot of things that are good through COVID, and we're trying to implement them, right? Like, for example, enabling hybrid work, enabling flexible schedules, and making sure that when we have people working in a hybrid mode, the people who are in office as opposed to people who continue to work from home are as engaged as they've been when everybody was remote. If we're moving from 500 offices, which is basically everybody's house, to 3 plus a few more offices because some continue to work from home. So we really are taking a lot of steps to make sure that we continue to be around each other in the right ways. And through COVID, we of course continued all our continued interaction for HR. We couldn't do sports online; that's very difficult. But things are opening up again, so we're starting to do some of that also. And so it's a really close-knit community. Really, people come first for us, right? If we take care of our engineers, we think our engineers will take care of our customers. And that's where we really go forward. So we really look for engineers who have a thirst to learn, right? We don't hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they tell us what to do, right? That's really the motivation that we go for, because we think that if you have the right engineer with the right aptitude and the right attitude, they will be able to take us to places that we wouldn't have dreamt of. And I know I'm talking a lot of big words, but really, I think, when we look at a candidate, we are really gauging not whether they know what they should be doing on the job today, but whether they will be able to learn what we don't know what they should be doing 5 years from now. That's what we look for. And so we're looking for people, of course, with strong fundamentals. That's very, very essential. We are, as I said, working in very deep technology. So we're looking at people who have very strong fundamentals and who have an aptitude and a quest to learn. Right. And that's really what we assess during our interviews. And that's really what we talk about in our offline discussions between the interviewers to understand, will this person continue to be hungry? Will this person continue to want to learn? And the industry that we work in while it's a slow industry, it's a dynamic industry, which means that, you could be working on optics today. Sometimes there'll be an adjacency that has a problem. You have to not be afraid to look at that adjacency. Right? If you're afraid to look outside your shell, it's not a work environment that's conducive for it. You should be willing to step outside your comfort zone, look a little bit beyond what you're actually looking at, because we're really building a full system, what we call a tool, which is, a tool. Our tools are typically the sizes of the rooms that you sit in. Whatever the room size you are sitting in, we have a tool that size. And it has all the technology that you can think of. So as long as you're comfortable jumping between domains, that's what we want from you. And we need somebody who's hungry, who wants to learn, and is willing to work from India. That's, I think, the key for this side of things.
Okay. And nice. I think that's all.